very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network. It is another What the Fuck Wednesday. It's October 14th, 2020. And another What the Fuck Wednesday means another weigh-in, boys. How did everybody feel they did this week?
I could have done better.
I'm a trash guy.
That's
I'm a
the
trash
that's
man.
the Beeve with a 0.0 loss and Wes with a 0.8 loss.
I didn't get my workout in this morning. I could have done a lot better.
1.0 pounds, but it was a big one because I'm in the 240s now, which is nice.
That's
Good
right.
for you, Mark.
0.9 pounds, Mark. But still, like you said, huge down into the next decade. 249. Mark's still in the lead, but
You lost
Large-
2.6, right?
I
Will?
lost 2.6.
Yeah.
Large lost 2.6. We both
Okay.
lost. So the big boys making a little bit of a step.
Pathetic week all around.
Large also changed scales.
Pathetic week, but Large and I made like a shuffle step towards Wes. Like we were very far behind him
Towards-
and like
Oh, for second, yeah.
for
towards
second,
West, yeah.
right. I think you and Wes basically stayed exactly the same first and second, like relation to each other. But then
Yeah.
like the people chasing second got slightly closer. That's all. So
Yeah, that's
But-
important. You keep doing that, and the standings will change. A
Little
couple more
by
weeks
little.
like that, yeah.
little by little.
Had I
Ike's-
gotten my workout in, I would have lost at least 2 pounds. Didn't get a workout in.
But you
Okay.
didn't get the workout in.
No.
So everybody's saying next week's the week then. Okay.
Yeah, next week's the
No, I'm not even saying that. I need to get refocused. I was acting like Nick Nolte last week with the amount of booze. It's like, God damn it, another weigh-in, Jesus Christ, God damn it.
Dude, how good is that Nick Nolte montage in Blue Chips, though? when
Yeah,
he's
he just
going
says
to see
"God damn
Shaq?
it" like 80. Yeah, he says
Oh,
"God damn it" like 80 times.
God.
God damn it, Shaq.
Is it Chris Mullen, too?
No, but
Penny
it's Penny
Hardaway.
Hardaway.
Who's the
Yeah.
three-point
I know
guy?
he punts the ball.
He's
in
not
that
a
one. I love
basketball
that,
player.
right?
The three-point guy's not a basketball player. He's like a Larry Bird wannabe.
The French lick guy?
Yeah.
Well, Larry Bird's
French
in the
Lick,
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy who's just shooting threes like in the middle of a
Yeah,
cornfield.
Ricky something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. No, I'm talking about the white guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
that guy.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He
Same
wasn't
movie.
famous.
When Nolte, he gets the new recruit double-teamed. When he's like, "Hey, welcome to college. You want a double team?" And then that never happened to any of us in college. even close.
can't do it anymore.
Well, none of us were high-level college athletes.
But we were putting
that's
double team vibes out.
well, but that doesn't really do it. You're just a fat guy at a chubby guy at a bar. It's not
First
the same.
step.
Yeah. Never got recruited.
Yeah. Damn it.
Ike Sandwich is still the best sponsor of Cheat Day. My Ike Sandwich on Cheat Day was delicious. You guys are going tomorrow, I think, right?
Yeah, I
Today.
gotta try to get it tomorrow.
Today.
Couldn't make it. Yeah, today. Yep.
All right, correction from yesterday. Joe Cusack sent this one in. He said the biggest World War update, World War II bomb found in Poland explodes while being defused. Beeve.
Jesus Christ, man.
It exploded while
Jesus
they were
Christ.
working on it.
I'm really happy that no one died, but I'm also kind of pissed at how dangerous they made it seem, and no one died. I don't
You know
want
it was in
anyone
a
to die.
controlled environment. Like if they're defused,
Dude, it was not supposed to explode. It was not supposed to fucking explode.
they had fail safes.
What happened? How did it explode? But like nothing serious happened.
Well, the Polish Navy got down there and started fiddling around, and that's the rest is history.
So it was
You know
like
what
it was kind of like a dud again. Like it didn't explode that well.
I don't know. It was
yeah,
a
I
British
guess.
bomb.
Ineffective explosion. Yeah. Also, I'm going to be the first victim of Fact Check Friday. I got something out of date in the legal history of the Affordable Care Act. But in fairness to me, a lot changes quickly when you're unconstitutional. But I'll take
give me
my
a break.
medicine on Friday.
It's been deemed constitutional so
and
far.
potentially get booted to the policy pipe room with the interns if I ever bring up Amy Coney Barrett or the Affordable Care Act ever
It's
again.
just you soapbox like Pat does. I give him shit for that
But
too when he gets on his soapbox.
You guys did see the
You were on a
ACB
tear.
hearing.
Well, do you want to say what you got
watched some
wrong?
of it.
Where it's not a tax penalty.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
they-
Not.
well,
Can
it
we
was.
not?
No, I had that correct. When it was first implemented, it was a tax penalty.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That tax penalty was ruled unconstitutional and taken away about a year ago. The rest
Right.
of it may be headed towards the same direction. We'll see. But you guys see Amy
most
Coney
of-
Barrett?
Most
guys
of my
see her?
day.
I saw her
pretty
today.
good with this.
Yeah, I saw a good amount of that
looked
today.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah, she's a smart lady, man. She's very smart.
Pretty quick.
She's going to get in, obviously. I mean, there's really nothing the Democrats can do to keep her out. Yeah, I mean, you need to take that policy bullshit to the policy corner with the interns.
Okay. Well, there might
the
be
show.
pipes required.
Yeah.
And intern Cam and intern Bubba, legal esquires,
Yeah.
maybe
Sounds like a riveting show.
indulging me in some Affordable Care Act policy discussion.
What a show that'll be. Yeah.
Fact check
Mahogany,
Friday.
rich mahogany.
Coming at you for the
what a
first time
show.
ever.
That'll be a can't miss show right
Set
there.
your alarms.
Yeah.
Look, that
That's a separate show, by the way. That won't be a hard factor show. That's going to be a policy corner
separate show.
The new
Wes,
show.
You're saying set your alarm to wake you up at the end of it because you've fallen asleep? Or?
No, just I was being very sarcastic by saying you have to tune in, so set your alarm
It's
to make sure you
appointment
do.
television.
Yeah.
Beef, we doing this bet or what?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's so
We doing
much.
this bet or what?
Do you know? Will, I've made most of my life. I've looked silly, and I'm about to have a child.
Little Scott the Aviators.
This looks silly too. Look,
Does not look silly. You look like a dad.
I look like a Farva, right? And so, like, I'll have to dress like Farva for a year, or
Which is
until
awesome.
Biden is removed from office. I'll reduce the terms, not the full term, not the 4-year term.
Thank you.
1 year, or until Biden is removed from office because they are like, this was a joke presidency, and it was.
Pat,
a joke.
you've already had it blonde for like 2.5, 3 months. What's another year?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you getting pushback on the beef? Are you getting pushback
Bubba.
from the beef?
Bubba, here's 2/3 now 2/3 of the policy corner. New Potter on. Yeah.
So not, this is just so not fair for Pat. Think about it. For the first year of his kid's life, he has to look like that. Will, you're not doing aviators off camera.
Oh,
The 6 month pick, 9 month pick. He looks like. Well, I mean, he looks good though.
well, I
Can't
mean,
argue
yeah,
with
I mean,
that.
you look. it's-
Pat, be
Look,
honest.
fair enough.
Has Kate come to you and been like,
Thanks,
how long
Bubba.
is this going to go on?
I mean, everyone in my life has come to me and said, "How long is this going to go on?" And that just makes me want to double down or triple down
We
harder.
support-
To be honest,
I'm
with
just saying,
support
I
you.
want to see you with the bleach blonde. I know you want to see me with the aviators. I know you do. So
I do think Kate's got to weigh in on it, but you can pretend like she didn't tell you you can't be blonde if you decide not to do it. And be like, it's my decision. You can totally do that. Yeah.
Well, any way we do it, I'm willing to take somebody up on something. We should get some action riding. We need to figure out our election night strategy. We got to have some fun bets going on. It can't just all be predicted. But anyways, we need to get some mixing going on. So
Okay. We'll get it
figure that
done.
out. Yeah,
I'll let you know by the end of next week.
Like a
Okay.
chest shaving thing.
I'm not going to take it off the table. So the offer. Is
I know
off.
that you're not because it's a sweet
No, it's
deal in
just
your
going to
favor.
ride. It's just going to ride. We're going to be live streaming at some
Pat,
point.
you've
and then
got
we'll
pretty
figure it
sweet
out.
odds in that. Biden's at like 63, 64% to win. You got pretty sweet odds there.
Oh, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm shocked that I can't. It's a slam dunk, right? People.
I think we just got to make Will's punishment like a little harder. He's got to wear the glasses and keep the Farva mustache for the full year. He's got to go like full Farva.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't planning on getting rid of it.
Well, it's got to be in the stipulations. It's got to
If
be
we
like
could
you got to
incorporate
have
a badge into
Yeah.
that of some sort.
There you go.
no. That's a step too far.
Or drink
I
a
can't-
giant
I
cola.
can't-
Yeah,
I
he's got to
can't
have a liter of
guarantee-
cola. He's got to have a liter of cola.
Oh
around.
yeah. No. What we could do? Okay, look at this. I will switch out my water bottle that I take everywhere with like a liter of cola.
says liter of
thing.
cola on it.
Yeah, like a thing that says liter of cola.
Okay. That is good. I like that.
That's hard to explain. If I have to be in aviators and the full stash and
All right,
the liter
we
of
gotta
cola.
we got to get to stories. But Pat's gonna cave. He's gonna have to cave. Yeah.
It's all right, Beef. It's just a fun time. For
Pat's not amused.
Everyone's having a great time out here. All right, guys, this one is from @JD Shuey. Remember, this whole show is programmed by you at the Heart of Hive. Thanks for listening, guys. There comes a weekend once every other month when a boy learns from his estranged father how life really works. For some, this rite of passage comes when a boy becomes a teenager and the father-son visits are no longer supervised. For children of politicians, sometimes these lessons are taught earlier. And in the case of Pennsylvania Republican State Rep Aaron Bernstein, the time to teach a boy how to be a man came right around his son's 5th birthday.
5.
I'm talking 5, guys, and I'm talking teaching him things like how hard you hit a cigar if you don't want anyone to think you're a 5-year-old bitch. What trips to Nashville are for, and that you don't need 3 options when it comes to which 2 country stars you would fuck, marry, and or kill.
This sounds so familiar.
These special father-son moments were captured over the summer on Bernstein's now deleted Snapchat account. Whoops. Let's take a listen to some of the highlights, Bubba. Please cue the clip.
First, you want some cigar?
Yep.
Hit it harder. Breathe in.
No.
Want to go to Nashville?
Yes.
What are we going to chase in Nashville? Miranda Lambert and Dolly Parton. FMK. Go.
Can Miranda? No way.
You're not playing that game.
What?
No, FMK.
FMK? What's that?
Jerry, what?
That's
Oh my God. What's the matter with you? You got...
You meanie.
Oh. They make homes for kids like y'all. Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
Jeez.
Could you
At the
believe he only gave 2 choices for FMK?
I know what an idiot.
You know what he saw? You know what this guy has seen in one of his favorite videos is, right?
What's that?
Uncle's Day. This
He
guy
might have seen Uncle's Day, the Who Do You Know Here sketch from earlier in our comedy careers, because it's pretty much a verbatim retelling of a sketch that we're going to play at the end of this story.
That's a little bit. He was creepier even than the uncle that we created.
Way creepier.
It's been a few years, so he's let it simmer. It's still his favorite video, and he grew on it. He expanded. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but that was a Pennsylvania state representative. And at the end there, he was calling his son's friend intellectually disabled. And the video included a screenshot of a text where Bernstein says, quote, "I keep calling this kid Jerry for Jerry's kids," double laugh emoji referring to his son's slow friend. Guys,
isn't like
That is funny.
He's just cracking on his. I like how he's like,
this guy's a crack up.
He's
What do we
hilarious.
go to
He
Nashville for?
shouldn't have recorded it though. But.
Well,
he was Snapchat, Mark.
What was the
Snapchat.
age? Like, be honest.
5.
What was the age where I know for these kids? What was the age you first sipped a beer or took a drag off of anything that had smoke in it? For me, the smoke was a lot later, but the beer was pretty early.
Beer was like 4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sip of beer is well under 10. A smoke is something slightly over 10.
Yeah. I mean, look, and that's not what's happening here, because it's not like your parents got a little drunk and were like, "Hey, have some barefoot wine." He was like, "Hit it harder, bitch."
Yeah, he seemed to be
cigar.
hammered and like entertaining himself by videoing himself fucking with his kid.
That was fucked up.
That kid could have had half the cigar if he had the lungs for it. I mean, he wasn't giving him a puff. If that kid took the cigar, he would have let him. have
I'm
it.
just saying the kid's gonna survive. Kids have survived
course.
worse than a puff.
Well, that's what we go to Nashville for, Willie Pussy. When confronted with the video, guys, Bernstein fessed up, saying, quote, "Like many parents, I've made errors in judgment and taken jokes too far with my son and his friends."
And his
slow
stupid friends, yeah.
Yeah, none of those were made with malice or ill intent, and I deeply regret those decisions. My political opponents and their supporters are trying to exploit personal events during a private family vacation while simultaneously trolling me on social media with manipulated claims about my conduct. I think it was pretty clear there, Bernstein. The long-term damage done in publicly exploiting my child and his friends for political gain will far outlast the impact of these past moments of poor judgment. I'm pretty sure it was you that put them
that was a beach
on
trip?
Snapchat.
Camping trip.
A series of beach trips.
You know what happens there is he brought somebody into the trust tree text threads. We've talked a lot on this podcast about how text threads will just burn you. And so he got onto some vacation text thread with a political opponent, and he was just done.
No, what happened, Will, is a 36-year-old guy thought that Snapchat, it just goes away forever and didn't realize that someone could screen record his Snapchat. And also the kid was 5, not 10.
He posted that on his profile.
Oh, that was going out there to the people.
Oh, I thought that you were saying that it was like a family text.
People snagged it from Snapchat because he's a dumb.
Oh,
Because he thought it was
he's just
version
dumb.
1 of Snapchat and that he was on a private Snapchat. And
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of like it was the Golden State Warrior that his dick out.
the Golden State Warrior that pulled his dick out.
Draymond.
Draymond.
Thank you, Bubba.
Yeah, he didn't know how Snapchat worked back in when it first was around.
He
I
thought
like how
it- yeah,
Bubba
he
just
thought-
popped in like the guy from Mortal Kombat who's like, Toasty! With
That was
Draymond.
awesome.
That was sweet, Bubba.
Yeah, no, I can't really deal with how he's getting mad at the 5-year-old for not knowing how to play Fuck, Marry, Kill when he's only given 2 options. And by
That
the
was
way,
fucked up.
Come on,
Yeah.
FMK. Come on.
neither Miranda Lambert nor Dolly Parton should die. They should get married and fucked. And kill shouldn't have been an option there. Guys, this is not the first time.
Yeah,
Or
that
maybe it was a
Bernstein-
trick question.
That should have been
Trick question.
Should have been fuck.
You
fuck.
don't have to kill anybody.
Yeah.
I saw Miranda Lambert in person one time. She is beautiful.
She's hot, but out here. But isn't she like? She's pretty out there, right? Her songs are pretty nuts. Like she
She's
talks
sweet,
about
man.
taking
She-
terrible revenge on men. For
Does
wrong
Dolly
hair.
Parton have to sleep on her back?
I would definitely go marry Dolly Parton in that situation, just based on the lyrics.
You
Yeah,
gotta marry
she's-
Dolly.
Yeah, I'd marry Dolly too.
Yeah,
But
She's got a new Playboy spread coming out, I heard.
Dolly.
Dolly Parton?
Yep.
That's gonna be like a Suzanne Summers style where people get upset.
fool
That's
me
gonna be
once,
just-
Wes.
What, are they getting bigger pages?
It's going to be one of those, like, tastefully, you can't see anything kind of spreads, I think.
Okay.
Guys, this is not the first time that Bernstein's been under fire because in his 4 years in office, he's made some trouble. 3 years ago, he retweeted a story about protesters blocking streets in St. Louis after a white police officer was acquitted of murder in the shooting death of a black man. And here's what he said, what he quote tweeted. He said, "If anyone ever tries to stop my car on a highway with negative intentions, I will not stop under any circumstances or conditions." So he's essentially saying he'll run protesters over. And a month prior to that, he posted a video of himself on Facebook doing like solo tactical firing drills in his backyard at a target with his handgun.
Nice.
And he was doing that in response to vandals who threw trash and human feces on his driveway.
Ooh,
and he
they won't
posted
do that again.
He posted the video with the hashtag Castle Doctrine.
That's a power. That's a flex. That's a small town
I
flex.
think you're gonna feel differently about this guy if you just play Uncle's Day, Pat. Are you gonna let us
I
play
think we
that?
should dial up Uncle's Day.
All right. So you got to go to
Good
YouTube to
memories.
watch that, right?
Yeah,
YouTube.com/hardfactor news. You can also watch it in the Barstool blog. We're loading the video there every night with the new
Yes.
video uploader. But that was probably like I'm still probably the peak of my comedic career. Front page of Funny or Die 2009.
Yeah, we got a bunch up there. That was one of our top 3, I'd say easily. That was a funny one. That Playboy at the end was my Playboy. I remember bringing that from Herndon, Virginia to, I guess that was Charlottesville, Virginia at the time? Or
No, that was Austin.
And
Yeah.
I brought it with me for some reason, and I remember that Playboy was the one that hit my mom in the head when she was going through my closet and fell down from a hiding spot and hit her in the face. Yeah.
That was nice. I don't know where we got the gun. Was that a real gun or a fake?
No, that was a
No, that
fake.
was a fake gun.
Good.
Bought it.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad it was fake.
We wouldn't hand a 7-year-old.
No, we probably would have. We really made a lot of mistakes hiring
well-
child actors. I literally got banned from. There's like one legitimate agency in Austin, Texas, and I'm not allowed to work with their child talent department any longer.
Well, you could see. I mean, there was a lot of
Yeah.
beer cans and guns and cigarettes and that.
That was a real
at-
Playboy.
Yeah, real Playboy with the kid. He was actually trying to look at it too, pretty closely.
Well, what do you
I remember
expect,
that when we were
Will?
on the couch. Also, did you guys see the beer cans? How old the Natty Light and Bud Light cans were? That really took me back. Those old school cans, man.
We
times.
probably cleaned up for that too a little bit.
We probably,
that was
yeah, exactly.
spotless for us,
Those
yeah.
might have just been beers while we were waiting for the kid to show up.
Definitely morning beers, relaxing beer, relaxer
Whoa, wow.
hand beers.
And that's
All right.
how we found success in comedy.
Are we going to release a few more of those videos over the time? Here?
Eventually, yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't know what we're talking about, we used to be in a comedy group called Who Do You Know Here, and that's how we started. So that was a little.
That is
was a blast
us
from the past, old school sketch of ours called Uncle's Day.
Us, PFT, and another guy, Colin, and that one. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, there's some we can't play because they don't.
From a
stand
different
the test.
time.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
from a different era, right. So
Yeah.
like we had to bleep out. There was a word that had to be bleeped out in there. That word was being said in movies being put out around that time.
There are some sketches that
So-
need the entire sketch to be bleeped out, not
Yeah.
just a word. So yeah,
Right,
but-
yeah.
But,
So just
Get canceled.
but it
it
was
was a
all
different
It was
era.
all in the sake of comedy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well,
hopefully you found it funny.
yeah. We'll check
YouTube,
it out on YouTube
YouTube.com.
for sure. Yep.
If we're canceled after that, sorry guys.
Oh my God, no! If we're
You've had to
canceled for
bleep me saying that word once or twice on this current.
Let's
one,
move
so it's
on.
all right.
Let's
Yeah.
move on.
All right, guys, if you're like most people, you have a balance on your credit cards and a higher rate of interest than you would like. That's a fucking understatement. My credit card debt literally feels like a scam. 29%, whatever it is. Why not turn those balances into one monthly payment at a lower fixed interest rate and start saving money? Lightstream offers credit card consolidation loans from 5.95 APR with auto pay and excellent credit. The rate is fixed, so it will never go up over the life of the loan. You can get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000, and there are absolutely no fees. Rojo from Houston, Texas says, simple and fast. I've done several loans with them for various reasons. Could not be any easier to obtain a loan with them. Very pleased. Glowing 5-star review.
The reason
for
is
Lightstream.
Rojo makes bad financial decisions like the rest of us. Various reasons. Yeah, okay, Rojo.
Classic Rojo.
Yeah.
It's Rojo and is it possibly Rojo?
Rojo.
Yeah.
I'm going with Rojo.
Okay.
Our listeners, I actually did this today. I'm a true customer of this. I'm still waiting on my decision. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
You mean if you're accepted or not?
I will be honest. I'll let you know how it goes. My credit's pretty good. Our listeners can save even more with an additional interest rate discount. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/factor. That's lightstream.com/factor. Subject to credit approval. Rate includes 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information.
All right, guys, this one comes from Carter, and we've got a new trend, it looks like. I know how much Pat loves a good trend. The fire game, the crack the skull game where you trip someone when they jump and then kill them. What else? There's a bunch of trends that are fucked up, right? But this one is more like the old school game we read about called bug chasing. Because it appears, which is people trying to catch AIDS, literally trying to catch HIV. Because it appears that groups of college students are purposely catching COVID-19, fellas, and that's a literal bug chaser. So you need a gift giver, which is someone with the virus, and then you need a bug chaser, which is someone chasing the virus, and the gift giver gives it to the bug chaser consensually.
Thankfully, much less dangerous
Than HIV?
than HIV at the time in the mid '90s when we learned about this. for the
Pretty
first
risky
time.
game in the mid 90s with the HIV. So I guess what's happening is students are purposely catching it because they, and I'm not talking about the Alabama COVID parties this summer, guys, where people just made bets on who would get it first, where they weren't like necessarily trying to get it. I'm talking about literally people meeting up with people and getting like coughed on and hands in their mouth and like they're trying to get it because they're
So you're like Craigslisting somebody.
yes,
You're like
and getting into groups. And the reason they're doing it is because they're trying to sell their plasma with the antibodies for more money than just plasma without the antibodies.
That's amazing.
So it's for money. So it's kind of like a fucked up like chicken pox style party our parents used to throw for us when we were too young to weigh in on that decision.
Yeah, except you're doing it yourself for a profit.
Yeah, this is like proving the parents right for that chickenpox debacle.
Well,
I guess
actually, they trained you to do it. So honestly, if you went to a chickenpox party, this is just you're just repeating history.
Imagine that describing that to like a 4-year-old, like you're gonna get really sick and then you're gonna get covered in chickenpox and cry a lot. You still want to go over to Sally's? Probably not.
Luckily, you don't have to explain shit to a 4-year-old.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I guess not. Well, it's happening at multiple colleges, I believe, but it's definitely happening at BYU-Idaho, where the students are getting sick to sell their plasma for money. And I'm sorry, I'm a terrible person, but 10 to 12 years ago and potentially in a few months, if we get not renewed, I might do this as well.
Come on,
I'm considering this. Yeah,
who is it? Look, if you're too good to like make a little money on the side, like with your body, okay, I get like you don't want to encourage the spread of COVID, but like desperate times.
Yeah,
same danger level and same upside as us jogging before we would go to a sperm bank, because it's there's a chance that we could die, and then also we're going to get more cash for our fluids.
That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
It's hard to knock it. I'm saying that.
So BYU-Idaho administrators, though, are not happy with this because you can imagine if the students get it, the faculty gets it, which it's already been happening, and then the community gets it, and then the old people get it, and then they die.
But look, I
out
get
there
that
in
everybody's
Rexburg,
mad.
Idaho.
They're mad, but like
hotspot.
Look, Chris Christie, he's passing this thing, right? The more that people see that it's not like that, they will probably survive.
But Will, I was
the
just
more
joking.
risky they're
I was
going to
just
be.
joking.
In
Go to the sperm bank and donate your sperm and eggs. Don't get COVID because you can give it to people that will die that are older. Like, no, don't get COVID for your plasma. Donate your plasma whether you have COVID or not, and donate your sperm and your eggs. I think women have to go sober
Regeneron is
for a
floating
while.
around everywhere.
Regeneron's not going to help your 85-year-old grandmother. She's going to be dead. Don't get COVID for a few bucks. There are a lot better ways to get cheap. Give a hand job if you're into that for some cheap cash. Don't do the plasma thing with the COVID. Don't get the COVID. But on Monday, Rexburg, Idaho's BYU administration, Idaho staff said, "Hey, we're deeply troubled by this, and we don't want the students potentially exposing themselves to COVID-19. And if they get caught by us, we're condemning it, and we're going to suspend and probably expel them. So be careful out there, college students." Which, by the way,
you're going to get sent home from BYU, Idaho.
Right. Well, it's happening everywhere.
Well,
I think.
expulsion would suck because then you wouldn't be able to go back.
Yeah. Look, if you get caught,
I can't go back to BYU,
if you
Idaho.
If you are going to do this,
degree.
and I recommend just donating sperm instead, don't take don't post to Instagram when you're at the bug chasing party. Like,
Well,
don't get caught.
sure, but I mean,
Everyone at the school already has it because you already played this game. So just pretend like you just caught it going to
but
class.
in general, like in Reno, like the university is like where the vast majority of cases exist. Like so, like it's
Right, that's what I'm
not
saying.
like-
So you can just say, I got it naturally. I didn't go to a fucking party for it, but they somehow are getting caught.
Right, but then they're gonna give the plasma for sure, no matter what. Like,
Well,
when they-
I mean, if you can, they're not saying you can't go get plasma if you accidentally got COVID and you have the antibodies,
yeah.
I feel like this is just a way around in their conscious minds to just because they want to just get it over with. They're sick of like being worried about getting it,
Like
and
the
they want to just get it
chickenpox.
over with. So they're using the plasma thing is like, well, man, I'll donate plasma if I get it. So that's me doing a good thing. But I also
If
feel
I was
bad.
at college, I would
Yeah.
be big in on the plasma mindset.
Yeah,
I would
me
be on
too.
I'm gonna party till I get the plasma, then I'm gonna give the plasma.
Yeah.
And that's my approach to this semester.
There you go.
Like
That's
that's
it,
all I'm
even.
doing.
Now
If
we're
you-
even.
If you get it, then and you isolate for 2 weeks, and then you can party the rest of the semester. But if you
Yeah.
get it and then you purposely got it, and then you go to the local grocer, then you're a dick. That's
Right.
a dick move. You gotta
Yeah,
you gotta Instacart for those 2 weeks. You can't
Yeah.
be doing that.
Well, sure, like be like do your hands and whatever and face mask or whatever. But I mean, you're gonna be partying in college. Like I don't know.
No.
I
I'm
can't
saying
imagine
I'm saying if you get it because you're at college, you get it because you're at college. That you're not going to stay in your dorm and not. I'm saying if you purposely get it, then don't be a dick and keep partying with everyone and go out to the town. Don't go to the
But
town.
it's a
once you
vicious
once
cycle
you go-
because everybody else wants it too.
Well,
So
A lot of
then
people
maybe they all
get
get it
it
at the same time. Then isolate
for the
for 2
first time in college.
yeah, that's
weeks.
true.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, they do.
Not us because we were cool, but I don't.
Second
well,
time.
Yeah,
For
second
me,
time.
yeah, 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4.
First time in college.
First timer.
yeah.
All right, well, that's a
Dry
fun
spell
one.
for me.
Also, BYU Idaho's like, we're taking away classes now. It's going to be remote. Like, if you don't stop fucking off, which is going to happen. So don't like make it national news that you're doing this, you dipshits. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, BYU Idaho, clean it up. Get your plasma out of here. All right, let's move it over to Belarus, where Bubba, you can pop that tweet up from Anonymous. Anonymous tweeted out that exiled president, well, they're calling her exiled president of Belarus, Svetlana. I can't say the last name. Svetlana. I'm just going to call her Svetlana.
That's a tough last name.
She declares a people's ultimatum onto the dictator Lukashenko, who is obviously the guy who ran he's been in charge of Belarus for 20 plus years. By October 25th, he must resign, stop violence in the street against citizens, and release all political prisoners. Or she says that on October 26th, then a peaceful protest revolution will begin in Belarus, led by her. I don't know if she's coming back into the country or what, but they're just going to block up all the roads, not let anybody do anything, and take over, like just the massive protests like they had after the election is what she's claiming.
Did she forget about the army and all of Russia?
Right. Yeah. I mean, Svetlana's the best. I wish her the best in all of this whole endeavor. But like you said, she's out of the country. She's exiled. Most of her team is exiled as well because they had to leave to get out of there when Lukashenko was cracking down on all the protests. And right, like, is everybody going to step up when they're not physically there?
Pop her center square in that celebrity death pool. I'll take her center square.
You think so? You think she's at the top?
She's giving out dates for peaceful protests. That's an ultimatum. Yeah.
You think Lukashenko's going to take her out? You think he's going to have the manpower to do it? I don't know if he can.
Here's a question: have we recognized her as the president? Because
this is brand new.
We didn't recognize him as the president. We said it was fraudulent or whatever. He lied. Right. So if the U.S. recognizes her as president, then she's probably going to be safe. If we're like, oh, we don't know what's going on over there, they just might not have a president.
We might just ignore it.
Yeah, if we ignore it, she's in trouble.
Well, who knows what happens, but she's requested support. Lukashenko is definitely like wounded in terms of his international image and his image at home. I think everybody kind of doubts he won by landslide election. Everybody doubts that. So anyhow, it's gonna be a situation.
What a swing! In like a 6-month period, he went from top of the world where he was like at halftime of his ice hockey game where he was scoring 40 goals, and he said like
just vodka and soda, like in the penalty box,
and then like they're like, oh, this vodka and sauna will stop COVID, and then 6 months later, boom.
He even beat COVID too, like early.
Yeah,
he did the COVID beat down early. Anyways, also from Big Ounce shout out for the international news. He's keeping it coming. He also said Armenia and Azerbaijan are now at war. So not good. Thoughts and prayers to everybody there.
Come on, guys.
Taking it to the internet, Secretary Pompeo, one of our favorite internet commenters, he says the United States calls on Azerbaijan and Armenia to implement their commitments to a ceasefire as agreed and cease targeting civilian areas such as Ganja and Stepankert. We deplore the loss of human life and remain committed to a peaceful settlement, especially in Ganja, guys. Who the fuck is targeting Ganja? Let's cool it off, Azerbaijan and Armenia.
Is that just like a shirtless fistfight war?
Yeah.
No, I think they have rockets and shit. Like, shit. It looks pretty bad.
Because we know that, like, particularly Armenians, like, if they could, like, take it to the roots and just do shirtless fistfights, I think that would be the way to go, hopefully. But
it's a gritty part of the world for sure. Hopefully, the ceasefire sticks.
Whoever can jumpstart the car first wins.
You don't want to punch an Armenian in the chest.
No, they're...
It's like getting lost in a pillow. But it's the battle of first in the phone book.
Well, leave Ganja alone is what I say.
I agree.
Guys, fun fact. The University of Brigham Young, Idaho has a 97% acceptance rate and a whopping 49% graduation rate with no mascot. Although Some of the popular nicknames are the T-Rexburgs and the white potatoes. Bro, fall
So you're saying
is here.
business isn't booming.
The plasma givers.
Okay.
90%. They let anyone in, only half graduate. Come on. Yeah, and I looked. LSU's slightly better. Bro,
Barely.
the fall.
Well, nowadays it's better.
I know. The fall is here, guys, which means it's time to get your fit up. And if you want to look classy while being comfortable, I highly suggest you kick it over to our sponsor, Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon is the new standard when it comes to classic menswear. They got soft knit polos, classic outerwear, and joggers that you can wear to dinner and still look good and feel comfortable. Mack Weldon is the shit, guys.
Henley's.
Yep, Mark's got some on right now. I just
that
got
looks
my
actually really nice, yeah.
I just got my rain jacket in classic heather gray, and the quality is next level. It's definitely a piece, and I'm going to call it a piece because it is a full-blown piece that I'm going to have in my wardrobe for a very long time. It's not just a jacket. They're also stocked with all the men's
construction, the quality, how do you say that would be of a fashion item, of a piece of clothing that's constructed very strong?
I think you nailed it. The quality is a really high quality.
The
Good
manufacturing.
stitching. Good stitching. Yeah, they are also stocked with all the men's essentials, durable and comfortable boxers, briefs, socks, and shorts that you could shake a stick at, guys. That's one of my favorite things. I hate going to Walmart and buying the Hanes or the jockeys and they fall the fuck apart. Mack Weldon don't play that shit. They also have a loyalty program called Weldon Blue. Excuse me. It's totally free. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life. Jesus, what do you have to lose there? And once you reach level 2, by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year.
Yeah, level 2 gets you laid by default because you're wearing a lot of their stuff.
Guys.
These guys are definitely discount kings. You could tell, like, the more Mack Weldon you get, the bigger the discount gets. It probably gets so big at some point you just like pass out. Because how excited you are about how much free clothes you get.
If you're a guy like me, it's the closest you're going to ever get to a college degree. And right now, you get 20% off your first order by visiting MackWeldon.com/factor. Throw the promo code FACTOR in there, FACTOR. That's MackWeldon.com/factor, promo code FACTOR. You get 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
Yeah, that rain jacket, I got the same one that Pat did, the Storm Chaser. It's one of those, it's so high quality that it's one of those ones that's like form fitting. So you look about 20 pounds lighter in it than you actually are.
You can actually wear it when it's not raining because it gets the ladies wet. It's just going to be like you're going to need that rain jacket if you're standing beneath, if you're like under the bleachers and some ladies look down on you.
I'm going to stop you there, guys.
You probably shouldn't be there.
You don't want to be wearing a long jacket under a boardwalk. The bleachers.
You're gonna need that rain jacket. Also, the sweatpants.
Yeah,
possibly the best sweatpants I've ever worn.
If you want to see a hot bod.
Mark looks like he's ready to open a Christmas present.
No, he looks like he just opened his Christmas present.
I feel like it, man.
Mark?
I'm so comfortable. I'm fall as fucking this Mack Weldon.
That's awesome. It is very fall, very relaxing.
I'm gonna drink some hot chocolate later, man.
Yeah. All right, guys, got an animal corner for you. First from Sam Welch. Thank you, Sam. Big news for diabetes patients. By the way, horrible disease. My niece has this.
All of us in 5 years. Yeah. Listen closely, Hard Factor.
Yeah. It's crazy. My niece has this. I think she's my niece. So I want to ask you.
She's my niece.
What do you guys call her if your brother-in-law had a kid before? So my brother-in-law had a kid before he married my sister.
You can say
niece, bro.
Yeah,
she married
it's not like
family.
a niece.
She's your
niece-in-law. Okay,
don't fuck
niece.
with that shit. She's your
A
niece.
niece-in-law.
I'm just asking.
Well, but she's got the diabetes too,
Wes.
so I don't know if I want to claim her.
What if your little diabetic niece heard you?
You know, I asked. No, look. Don't shame him for this. I asked a similar question the other week. I was thinking, like, does an in-law thing? Like, how does that work? Right? Like, if you're in-law, the in-laws. But the other side, the in-laws as well. Like, so if somebody's in-lawed to your in-laws, are you then also in-laws? You are, but it's like in-laws once removed. So I asked similar things.
Okay, this is a niece though. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good. Well, I like that. I want her to be my niece. Just trying to
claim her. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we were able to give you that, Wes.
Thanks, Pat. Yeah. You've been in a real great mood today.
Oh, what? You can't nitpick the differences of which family members are called what?
Yeah, that was over the line.
I mean, no, it's not a stupid question, but it's your niece.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just own it. Lean into it.
And happy birthday to my nephew today.
Yeah, my real nephew.
My real nephew. He's blood. Anyway, it's terrible stuff. 1 in 10 people have this disease or illness, whatever it is, and 45% of people with type 2 diabetes are unable to control their blood sugar levels effectively. But now researchers have discovered that mice are being cured or of diabetes, or they're able to control it. It was an accident how they found out through electromagnetic magnetic fields. So. How it happened is one doctor needed mice to practice taking blood sugar levels. So he borrowed the mice of another researcher that was studying the effects of electromagnetic fields on the brains of animals. Whoa. And voila, found that the electromagnetic fields were like basically, reversing their insulin resistance.
What?
Yeah.
So you zap yourself full of electromagnetic fields and then you don't have diabetes?
Yeah. So if you have diabetes,
shock therapy worked all along.
Yeah, go stand next to a power plant if you have diabetes, I guess is what they're saying. Also in Australia, thanks Alex Demos for this one, Chris Hemsworth is releasing the devil onto residents of Australia for the first time in 3,000 years. Hemsworth is helping to release the Tasmanian devil back onto mainland in hopes it will bring back the small native mammal population.
That pose is too, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about Chris Hemsworth, everything he does is picture perfect, and you start to wonder, how many photos was that? Was that one?
Just now started hating Chris Hemsworth?
Does he get that picture every time?
He's beating you every time.
A picture.
Every time, he's beating you. So it's every time. He's
What a man.
handsome and he's fucking doing wildlife.
You don't ever want him to be involved in your circle of life. You don't ever want that fucking guy around.
No, you don't want to be.
That's
as far as
breathtaking
too perfect
photo.
looking. Yeah, he's too perfect
Look at the
looking.
woman next to him. Looks like a schlub. Chris Hemsworth is just looking incredible.
No one
releasing Tasmanian devils into the wild.
No man or woman that's in Chris Hemsworth's little circle respects any of the other people besides Chris Hemsworth. They don't love anyone else. They don't
His mother regrets it.
Oh, for sure. Too perfect.
He's a good looking man. Anyway, they're hoping that by bringing back this little guy that they will bring back the small native mammal population by pushing back some of their natural predators like foxes and cats. They'll force the cats to hunt again or whatever, as well as the population of the kangaroo and possum. 11 devils were released, and more will follow each year.
Into the wild for the first time, they're releasing a bunch of Tasmanian devils.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
The official mascot of unwed single mothers, Taz.
They're comparing it to reintroducing wolves into Yellowstone.
Oh, come on, but they're not nearly. It's like coyotes though. They're not nearly as big as wolves, right? It's like badgers.
No, they're small.
And
the reason they're called
tall, and they can't even tornado.
No, they're just loud.
They're going to die. Is what I'm saying. They don't even have any training in the wild.
No, yeah. They got decimated by dingoes. Is why they're not on mainland.
And they're going to
decimate dogs.
They're going to get
regular dogs.
They're going to
beat
get
the crap out
decimated
of them.
again because they're just like, what? Where are we? Oh shit!
Yeah.
They're
So
fucked.
it's like getting taken out by a guy everyone calls shithead. Dingo's an insult name. And they took out the whole species.
They're going to have to bring Hemsworth out for a photo shoot once every 2 weeks if they're only releasing 10 at a time or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Imagine being extincted by dingoes. That's an embarrassing way to go.
Yeah. Fun fact, they're called the Tasmanian devil because European settlers who first entered the state began to hear mysterious and unearthly screams and growls from the bush, and so they called them Tasmanian devils. They're not extra mean. There's pictures of people holding them and shit. They're not they're like a Wolverine or some
cute.
shit. Yeah.
It's like a big wombat.
Yeah.
They are anti-God.
Underrated Looney Tune.
Oh, right. Satanist.
Underrated Looney Tune, the
There he
Tasmanian
is.
devil.
Yeah. Little Satanist.
Everyone talks about the Roadrunner, awesome character, and the Coyote, Wile E. Coyote, but Tasmanian devil underrated.
Are you kidding me? Half of the American
Taz,
South, you got a truck, you got a Taz on it, bro. It's
Taz
not
is
underrated.
badass.
Still underrated.
Yeah, you ever been to a theme park?
Need more than that.
Airbrush
Need more than
Taz
that.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Tweety Bird.
Yeah. That's that one.
Oh, is it my turn? I'm just thinking about the Tasmanian devil.
Well, it's easy. It's understandable.
All right, I'm going back to my favorite market unpredicted today, guys. If you want to gamble on the news, you can, and you can get a free 20 to do so. If you go to www.predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20, create an account and deposit at least $20. That's on the house, no strings attached. So when you get that free 20, if you want to win a sure bet, Bet on the what will be the popular vote margin in the 2020 presidential election. We got some graphics up here. It's by percentage of popular vote. This is in bands. So you pick any option or multiple options as yes or no if you want. They range from Republicans winning by more than 10.5% all the way to Democrats winning by more than 10.5% and everything in between.
Right.
By far the favorite right now is Democrats winning by more than 10.5% as an individual band at 25 cents. Yes, that's crazy. By 75 cents, no.
No, yeah, no, and not even that. Like, that's not even that's above what most polls are showing.
The last president to win by more than 10.5% was Ronald Reagan. Hillary won last election by 2.1%. There are so many fucking humans that it's just not going to reach 10.5%. Bill Clinton and Barack Obama never reached 10%. They weren't even close except for 1 year. Bill got to like 9% because Ross Perot had like 23% of the vote or something.
That's
crazy.
an asterisk year.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not possible with how many people there are and the two candidates that someone wins by 10.5%. So bet no on that. At 75 cents, you'll win 25 cents a share. It'll get to $1. That's a guarantee. That's a lock. But I also think it's a lock that the Democrats will win the popular vote by a smaller percent. So you can see on the screen what I bet on. And if you want to toss around some dollars in those individual yes bands, you can buy them for like 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 cents. That could be a big payday. That's a lot of fun. But definitely bet no on the 10.5% if you want to win some money. But go to www.predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20, create an account, deposit at least 20, you get a free 20.
That and Texas Red are two 75 centers that are just ripe for the picking.
Georgia climbing too. Georgia red.
Yeah,
No, you don't say.
that one just worries me more. But yeah,
No,
Texas
come on.
for sure.
Great value.
All right, let's move it on to the last story of the day for What the Fuck Wednesday on the podcast. Make sure to tune into radio on Sirius XM Power 85. Wes, Pat, and Mark will be taking you through some more stories on there. But this is the last one of the pod, and it's from David Rep Jr. in the Hardo Hive. And I'm going to call this one Virginia is for morons, because the state motto is Virginia is for lovers, but they had an embarrassing story today that made them all look stupid. So calling this one Virginia is for morons. All right. So, Bubba, first tweet, if we could pop that up on the video, is from WUSA 9, a CBS affiliate, and they say, breaking in the morning, an accidentally cut cable has caused the entire Virginia voter registration online system to go down on the last day to register to vote before the election day. Here's what we know so far. Emoji. So, like, obviously pretty salacious headline there. The lieutenant governor of Virginia, after hearing this, says that they need more time for voter registration, even though the governor says he doesn't have the power to extend the registration window. And then it turned out that everything stemmed from an accidentally cut fiber cable in Chester, Virginia. So, like, what the fuck is going on? Well,
so voter vasectomy.
Exactly, right? I mean, it's got to be something nefarious, right? So, I mean, you look at the reaction in Virginia, and if we could put up the second one, Bubba, you'll see that Steve Silver, he says the Virginia GOP, and then he posts a GIF of a guy pulling the plug from
It looks
the
like
computer.
airplane.
Whoops, yeah, from airplane. Then Robbie Starbuck, though, he replies that the Virginia Secretary of State is an elected Democrat. Somebody please inform the crazy leftists who are trying to blame an accidentally cut line on the Virginia GOP. So the leftists have been warned. And, I mean, that guy was overreacting, but obviously, if you think about it, Virginia is a state where Biden is going to win like 60% of the vote. Why would the GOP pull the plug on the registration website on the last day in a state where they're certain to lose? And that takes us to Murray, or not Murray, somebody else, this guy, Riley, who knows a little bit more what's happening. Rogue White House senior advisor responds and says, accidentally cut, LOL. That's like accidentally murdered. And then Riley Angel says, I don't know. On the one hand, it does seem fishy that the line was cut. On the other, a water line has been ruptured accidentally in the same place on my way into work at least 3 separate times in the past year. Very likely can be chalked up to good old Virginia incompetence.
That water line was a setup. They knew where that photo line was going to be, that cable, so they
Right.
Yeah.
This guy just described manslaughter and thought it was a zing. I mean, there's literally a law for accidentally murdered. It's called manslaughter.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed the like disparity on those, but all the ones claiming that it's some kind of giant conspiracy, viral. All the ones claiming that it's probably just a fuck up, like less than 20 likes or any type of recognition at all. And then turns out everybody who says you guys are idiots is correct because Joe Biden's going to win Virginia. Doesn't matter. And this was just a fuck up by technicians. So from Vita, the company that caused the cable cut, update, technicians continue to work diligently on a resolution. The team that has learned that the fiber was inadvertently struck as part of activities associated with roadside utilities project.
It was a Tasmanian devil.
Chesterfield, Virginia, and Verizon are working to update the issue, blah, 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 blah. So Virginia is, for morons. But I mean, in Virginia and the rest of America, really, everybody would have been quick to jump on that one.
This isn't the last story. The voting, the people, the voting, and the people getting more intense, getting more intense, getting more intense. Everyone's angry at each other.
Well, it's just funny to watch those reactions of like, it's a GOP conspiracy going viral. And it's like,
it goes both ways. Both sides are losing their minds.
As always, it's probably more about convenience and just fucking statistical probability in life than it is about conspiracy. So everybody, just take a fucking chill pill. No matter what happens in November, we're all going to be alive when it's done. The USA is the best fucking country in the history of the entire globe, and we love every single one of you in the Hardo Hive to let us keep talking about this country to you every single day. You keep us going. You are the motivation that makes us do this show. Be sure to follow Barstool News Network, Hard Factor News, Hard Factor Mark, Hard Factor Pat, Hard Factor Wes, and Hard Factor Will on all the social media platforms you possibly can. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.